Um, my thing is when you get into the Noahide experience, and as far as you say, like the rabbis, if they were to debate Christians, they're basically taking away Christianity and offering you no other alternative because they do make it difficult to convert, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Um, you don't see Noahidism as a legitimate alternative to Christianity, and I'm not sure why
Hmm.
on that.
Sure.
Like I get the notion that for Christians have the New Testament that they view as the Word of God. I get that.
Hmm.
Whereas Noahides, like I've got let me see here, the Divine Code. Like it is a massive book. I don't think
Hmm.
anybody views it as the Word of God, although some of it is from the oral Torah, which makes no sense to me why we would
Sure.
use the oral Torah for Noahide laws that clearly have to predate the Torah.
Hmm.
Um, but Noahides take it very seriously.
Hmm.
Like I'm one of the ones that goes, "Hey, some of this stuff in there doesn't add up."
Sure. I mean, like you said in your video before, anything could be an alternative, but is it an ethical, viable alternative? Meaning, most people choose a religious path because they're trying to find an ethical, moral outlet for their life. It's hard for a system that essentially only really has 7 laws to compete with more sophisticated ethical systems like Islam and Christianity, which are built off a lot more. And it's true, Noahides keep a lot more than 7 laws in spite of just being limited to 7 laws. However, you can't compare that to, let's say, Christianity, that I think I had a friend tell me today that there's around 1,050 laws in the New Testament alone. A lot of those laws are just, in some way, a rendition of laws that appear in what Christians call the Old Testament, but there's still more to aspire to. It's hard to take someone who's that ethically sophisticated and tell them to take steps back and now try to live by a system that only essentially really promotes only 7 laws, as much as what I like to call creative writing that does exist in the Noahide world. Creative writing in the sense that things that are not considered source material meaning either the 5 books of Moses or, let's say, the Mishnah, which is really the source of the oral law, versus something a rabbi may have wrote 200 years ago. That's what we call creative writing, meaning it's essentially disposable because we don't view it with any authority. And I would say that's probably 99% of what appears in the Divine Code and any other book that creatively tries to create a prayer book for Noahides, a Pesach guide for Noahides, telling Noahides how to dress. Um, it it seems like these rabbis are really just trying to pad up their resume with texts that they in some way created themselves, just because they themselves acknowledge that it's quite ridiculous to expect an ethical human being to only live by 7 laws.